everyone, Cobra here. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going back. It's been a while since I've done a Soulmask video, but they have a big update coming here. So we're going to jump right in. I'm going to let you know some of this stuff. This update is set to release, if I'm not mistaken, 4 days from now. So it's not out. I just have an early version that the developers have let me test out so that I can make a video for you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So first big thing, they added 2 new mounts. So if we look right here, the first of the 2 is the giant elephant. So elephants were previously in the game. Now you can tame them and they can be mounts. Now there's 2 different saddles. We'll start with this one here. You can see there are 4 boxes. That's because you can literally... Oh, let me see if it'll let me do it. Now, yep. You can literally have people in the boxes. So you... plus 4 of your tribesmen or allies can get in there. And then, as added measure, you can get the elephant seat cushion, which allows you to tow an unconscious barbarian. And you can see the storage on the elephant is 4,700. So now if you're trying to go move something, you're trying to move houses, you can take a bunch of people with you, and you can move half your storage because that's a lot of weight. So that's a pretty cool thing. Now, in terms of actual speed, the elephant is not the fastest, but it's basically a walking tank, a lot of health, and a lot of storage. Now, the other saddle, I think, is actually a little bit cooler. Reminds me a little bit of Ark. So you can see here, I've got an actual platform on top of this. The view's a little glitchy. But what you see on top is crossbow towers. So if I go over here... and I climb up here, you can see I've got crossbow towers, 4 of them here. You can hop in them, you can move them around, you go, okay, look, crabs, bam, take out a crab, take out whatever there is. So you basically can have a mobile siege mount, so one person can drive, and you can see I have 4 crossbows. If you angle them differently, you might be able to get more on there, but either way, that's still a lot of firepower, and you can plow through everything. Same thing with the other one. The elephant is very large and has 4,500, so almost as much storage weight as the other one. The only difference is this one, I believe, cannot tow a barbarian behind it and can have crossbows mounted. As of right now, that is the only thing that I've been able to put on the saddle. I don't know if that will change in the future. I'm hoping that eventually you'll be able to put more, but as of right now, just crossbows to make it a siege machine. So that's the first thing that they've added. We'll go ahead and we will switch over to the next one. Okay, the next thing that they have added in terms of mounts is boars. So boars have always been in the game, but now you actually are able to tame them and ride them around. In terms of functions, pretty basic. They just ride, they don't jump or anything. They're faster than the elephant, and storage wise, they've got 300, so they have more than I have currently, but not near as much as the elephant. But for an early game tame, that's not too bad. But that's all that there is. There's no extra saddle or anything, but a good early game tame, especially if you don't have anything else yet. Now, there's another one that's not a new mount, however, a new thing for it. So with the moose mount that they have here, there's a new thing. They've added a seasonal sled, like a sleigh for Santa, except you've got this sled here. You can pull up to 2 people in it, as well as the person driving, or you can do an unconscious barbarian back here, and then you can get on this thing and ride around. I like this a lot because, it actually goes a decent speed. You can jump. You can see it. Turning is not the best, but overall, not bad. And weight is 575 because this sled adds quite a bit to it. So that's a nice, cool new thing that they've put in right now that you guys should try as well. There's also a few other changes. I'll save one of the best for last, but right now we'll go over and I'll show you some of the new building things that they've added to the game. Okay, so new building stuff they've added to the game. Start with the actual building. So this is Nightstone here. So you can see this is, if we go over here, this is Nightstone. You have to be high level, and I believe it's part of the DLC. This You've got the Nightstone here. It looks pretty cool. I believe it's obsidian themed. And then a couple things they added. You can make a beast hide rug, which is this. A textile rug, which is this. You can get different greeneries from different places. You know, cavern, meadow, just little things if you like to decorate your place. There's different fireplaces you can now add. So you can see just a big fireplace here. Then there's also a luxurious double bed now. Just a little nice bed you can take a nap on. It looks pretty cool. In addition to this, few things that I really like. So this one here, we have a rainproof campfire. Now the reason this is good is because most of us who've played a lot know when you put down a campfire to use as a respawn point, it starts raining like it is right now. And all of a sudden, your campfire doesn't work. But let's pick up some branches and let's light this. In the middle of a rainstorm, it is lit because it is a rainproof campfire. So that is a really nice addition. There's also these totems. One for each of the tribes that you can put in your base if you want to make it look a little scarier. I kind of like this middle one personally. But it just depends on how you want your base to look. But so those are some of the new things to make your home a little bit more cozy or a little bit more intimidating. Now, another thing that I really like, we're going to see if it works while it's raining. I'm sure if you saw at the beginning of my video or on my thumbnail, my swords were flaming. So there's this new item right here. It's flammable alcohol. What it does is it will light your weapon on fire for a minute. This works on any weapon. You can even switch between them. So we'll go ahead and we'll do this. See, bam. Now my swords are flaming. You run and you've got a fire effect. You swing. It looks sick. And it deals extra damage when fighting. So we'll run over here. Bam. Then you can switch to a different weapon and it'll still have the same effects. So that's a cool one. You know, make your weapons on fire. Not only does it look cool, it also is functional, gives you fire damage added to the weapon. So I think that's a really cool addition. Now there's a couple other things that they've added in. They've added in new breeding. So there's more animals that you'll be able to breed in order to get like higher rarity feathers as well as like fine meats and things like that from breeding, so you won't have to actually go and farm all the animals. You know, you just get some and you breed them instead. It also says that with the update, there will be full controller support. So if you see right now, I actually just switched from my mouse to my controller. So I am not using a mouse. This is controller here. I can switch between my things using my L1 buttons, L2 buttons, attacks or blocks. So you've got a bunch of different things here. So that's also very awesome that they added that controller support. So now people can play the way that they want to play. So now there's a couple of other things as well. One that I think is pretty cool, they added an arena system. I'm not going to get too into depth into it, but there's essentially 4 arenas scattered throughout the map. It's to enhance PvE. And what it is you can see if how strong your barbarians are by making them go up against certain challengers. Now, if you are able to defeat these challengers, then you will win special prizes. There's 4 around the map located in different difficulty zones. The lowest is level 25 to 35 zone, the highest going up to 55-60 zone. I don't have the exact locations for you at this moment. If you're interested in it, let me know in the comments if you want me to make a video going over all of that, and I will do the research and get that for you. But at the moment, I know that that's there. I just have not actually gone through and found all the details out for you. Now, there's one last thing that I want to talk about that I think is really cool. So we'll go ahead and we will switch over to that. All right, guys. So here I am on the top of the mountain. You might be wondering, why on earth are you on the top of the mountain? Well, it's easy. So up here, normally, in order to get down, you'd have to shimmy your way down. It would be pretty hard. But now they've added something new. So we've got this item right here, which is a glider. So instead of so there's no flying mounts yet, like flying animals, but there is a glider, which is a step towards it. It's going to allow you to get places, get down from hills, get pretty. I mean, you go a decent distance with it. So we'll go ahead. In order to use it, you put it on your hotbar, you activate it, and it'll bring up this menu. So then you're going to jump off the edge, press spacebar to activate, and you start flying. Now this is tied to your stamina. If your stamina runs out, you will start falling. So you want to watch that. You want to make sure you're not too high off the ground. You can go different directions. You can slow it down if you like. Obviously, the higher mountain you start on, the more you have that, you can dive and go places. But that was pretty quick. And look, I started all the way at that mountain. No fall damage. So that's pretty cool right there. That's another thing that I really like that they added. That right there is the majority of what got added. There are little other things. And disclaimer, this is a version of this that has not been released. They are still working on making things a little bit smoother, making a few changes. So if there are a few changes from when I post this, don't be alarmed. It's because this is still an early version. But I hope this is helpful for you guys. I'm excited for the new update. If you want to see anything specific, whether it be about the arenas, whether it be about, how to get the new mounts, like tame them, what they eat, all that kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's any specific videos. If I get enough support with this, I'll keep making videos for you guys. And if I get enough people asking for the same thing, I will actually go through and make those videos. I do read your comments, so please drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time.